I call this meeting to order. First item of business is a review of budget revision for fiscal year 25-26. Ms. Walden. Right?
Wrong way. Okay. Good evening, Governing Board President and Governing Board members. Tonight, I am presenting the district's May budget revision. This is our second revision. We had our first revision in December. This is the final required budget revision for the fiscal year and must be approved by the Governing Board and submitted to the state by May 15th. So Arizona school districts are required to complete a final budget revision each year to ensure the budgets accurately reflect current student counts, state funding allocations, and available spending authority. The revisions align our budgets with updated enrollment and funding information received throughout the year. The district's M&O budget increased from approximately 72.9 million to 78.9 million. The primary reason for the increase is that the adopted budget and the first revision were based on a projected 1.5% enrollment decline or decrease. We did that on purpose, just in case, right? Conservative budgeting. In addition, the district received some supplemental state funding that was not included in our adopted budget, because it had previously been reported to us that it was one-time funding in last year. So there was no need to include it this year, but they give it to us again. So we're adding it.
Nice. I'm gonna turn it away.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the original budget was based on an unweighted student count of 8234.85. Our current count is 8310.51. So that is an addition of 75.67 students. I don't know where we come up with these random, anyway.
I'm not gonna ask.
We don't have half students, but anyway. And then of course our weighted student count also went up. And so that is an additional 157.67. And both of these increases, they generate additional M&O budget capacity. So this is just a reminder of what of who the Group B weighted students are. And again, we just get a little bit extra funding for this group of students. Okay, so the district was notified by ADE that several supplemental funding sources would again be received this year. These included a little over $550,000 for state aid supplement, a little over $200,000 for district additional assistance, and a little over $400,000 for the free and reduced Group B weight. These amounts have now been included in the May revision. Our unrestricted capital budget increased from approximately 7.3 million to 9.3 million from the adopted budget to this revision. This increase is related to the updated student counts and statewide recalculation of attendance completed by the state. The fiscal year 26 classroom site fund budget totals approximately 16.9 million. The budgeted expenditures are approximately 8.9 million with an estimated carry forward of 7.9 million. We are not done paying out the prop monies, so this is just estimates. These expenditures support instruction and employee compensation, and this year each person that was part of this funding received approximately $15,500, and next year that increases to $16,500. So the year end. At this time, final year end expenditures are still unknown. because payroll processing and invoice payments will continue through August 31st. That's our encumbrance period. For budgeting purposes, I have included a $1 million placeholder in both M&O and unrestricted capital as amounts intentionally left unbudgeted for this fiscal year. These amounts do not represent the final rollover balance. Actual carry forward amounts will not be known until the year-end expenditures have been processed and the fiscal year-end closes. So what are the next steps? In a month or so, whenever you decide, I will bring the fiscal year 27 proposed budget for your approval, and then approximately 10 days later, the fiscal year 27 adopted budget, again for your approval. When preparing this budget revision, I followed the USFR, or the Uniform System of Financial Records, written by the Arizona Auditor General's Office, and referred to the reports listed on the Arizona Department of Education website. Are there any questions?
John?
No. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, at this time, we're open for public comments. Do we have anybody who likes to approach the microphone? Nope. All right, that moves us on to item 4, adjournment. I adjourn this meeting. We'll start the next one in 8 minutes.
For the next meeting. Yeah, you will be, yeah, I think I know right there, okay. Yeah, so I'm coming, I was like, you're next. Yeah.
That's the one. Yes, yeah.
Are we
that-
good
that's
over
the
here?
guy.
Yeah.
Both the stuff.
Good evening. It is May 12th, 5:45. I call this meeting to order. First order of business is pledge allegiance, moment of silence. If you stand with me for a moment. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. Item 1.2, adoption of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
Move that we adopt the agenda.
All right.
Second.
All right, moved by Mr. Ibarra, second by Mr. Stoner. Is there any discussion? No?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Item 2.1, board report. Do we have any reports? Start over here.
Sure. I have got to do a couple great things within the district the past month and a half. I was first able to go to Huff Ball. If you don't know what that is, it's the mix between dodgeball and a little bit of baseball with a very soft ball. But Helidissa does that every year for a huge fundraiser, and pretty incredible to see students out there playing along with staff that were attempting to play. No one got hurt. They raised like, I think it was $4,000 or $5,000 within an hour and a half with very limited time to plan and very little asked of the parents, which was really incredible. I also was invited to an IEP meeting, and I just wanted to say kudos. I was invited as not as a board member, but as a friend, and I've known this little boy for his whole life, and he's 3, was able to get into Desert Mesa preschool last summer after getting some evaluations by AZIP, and to see this child change from August to now. He's met like every goal that was on his plan. There are new goals in place. To hear speech, the preschool teachers, the assistant principal, just all beyond this IEP. It's been a while since I've been in an IEP meeting, and it's really refreshing. I know there's a lot of opportunities, and I know there's a lot of change happening. But in the midst of all of that, I was just it was just really heartwarming to see, but really most importantly, to see the change in this child who was pretty much nonverbal 9 months ago to follow 2-step directions, potty train, just some really incredible things happening. So that was awesome as a friend, but really as a board member that's serving this great district. So thank you, preschool at Desert Mesa. Awesome to see. I then was able to go to the Teacher of the Year banquet, and wow, I think I had told or asked Dennis and Leanne about, I thought my algorithm on my social media was just showing District 1 finalists. I realized that actually 8 of the 9 finalists were all District 1, and I don't know yet. I was just so taken back by that, and then to be there and all of the finalists and everyone that won the top awards were District 1 in the elementary and junior high, and always emotional, always great to see the work and the impact. And really the biggest thing is like a lot of times the only time that these teachers get thanks and these educators get thanks. So wow, what a great night to celebrate, and what a kudos to leadership too, and to these wonderful educators that are in our district. It does not go unnoticed. And lastly, they thought it would be a good idea for me to chaperone a SeaWorld trip next week. So I get to go with some students at Derby Hall, so I'm excited to be able to share that fun trip, and I get to go with my son. So we'll see how much fun he has, but I'm excited. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, my turn. It's going to be extended, so give me a minute.
On April 24th, I was over at Fourth Avenue Junior High, and thank you, Mr. Casares, for the Junior High Career Day. We were there with a lot of the students, and I got to be there as an electrician to teach them about the trades, and that college is not the only choice, that there is a trade choice. And so we had a great day on that. It was fun. It was eventful. And the kids actually were attentive and paid attention. And there's some kids that actually want to get into the trades. So that was really cool. On the 29th, I met with Dr. Colson to collaborate with him. And you'll hear a little bit more about it. But there was a metal container given by Pilkington Construction that's turning into a job trailer that's going to be used over at Price Elementary. And so I collaborated with him on that. April 30th, I was over at Carver Elementary Career Day. I got to say that one didn't go well for me. I need to apologize quickly to Mr. Buckley. I apologized to him once, but I had an emergency call and I had to leave. So shame on me. Rookie of the Year, the Child Nutrition Award Ceremony. This was on April 30th at Desert Mesa Elementary. I want to recognize the Rookie of the Year, Kenya Diaz of O.C. Johnson. The Cafeteria Assistant of the Year with 37 years on the job, Gloria Tristan of O.C. Johnson. Cafeteria Baker of the Year, Adriana Mora of Castle Dome. Manager of the Year, Elizabeth Gaxiola of Fourth Avenue Junior High. And then Kitchen of the Year, Desert Mesa, and Lifetime Achievement Award. This lady had 44 years dedicated to the cafeteria programs district. Luz Orta of O.C. Johnson. All of you are amazing. Thank you. April 30th, Teacher of the Year Awards. And it was alluded to, we rocked. We took it all. We was a clean sweep. And the names, obviously, we had Primary Teacher of the Year, Claudia Alvarez, C.W. McGraw. We had Intermediate and Special Category, Teresa Teeter, Alice Byrne. Junior High, Middle School category, Gila Vista Junior High, Jonathan Bailey. And then we had a Teacher of the Year, Miss Palmcroft's Hannah Martinez. You know, as I sat in the audience at the Sea of the Educators, it became very clear to me just how special these educators are. They give their lives to educate and mentor our future leaders. You are the conduit to life success for the children of our community, so thank you for that. I also want to give a huge kudos to Mr. Ponder. Mr. Ponder, you did a great job with the staff this year, and I think your leadership shined. And this is just kind of an attaboy back to you for what they've done for you. Without your leadership, without them doing what they're doing, and that positive reinforcement, I don't think we would have done what we did this year. On May 6th, I attended the Unmasking Legacy Annual Employment Milestone Celebration. And I want to thank all the district staff for their years of service. Castle Dome Choir, Woodard Jazz Band. Thank you, Mr. Shepard, for your 18 years of experience. We really appreciate you being here. Mr. Ponder, you had 10 years that you're recognized for. And again, in 10 short years, look at what you've done. It's just amazing to me what you've done, and I appreciate that. I've already said it, and I'll say it again. I'm extremely proud of you for your accomplishments. You have done really good, and I am so thankful to even just be a part of that. And then lastly, well, actually not lastly, I want to take a minute just to recognize and say thank you to someone that I've met not too long ago and grown to appreciate through the last year or two. Brittany Nicole, sorry, my throat. Brittany Nicole, thank you for everything you've done as a para and a substitute teacher over the years in our district. Your kindness, your love for our special needs children, and education experience did not go unnoticed. I'm proud of you for your accomplishments, and I know that your new journey is going to bring you a lot of peace and a lot of growth. I'll miss you for not continuing in our district, but I also look forward to keeping in touch with you. And then lastly, May 11th, I had the privilege of supervising, this is where I get back to this cargo container. I had the privilege of supervising and assisting my employees, Carlos Ortiz and Seth Stoner from Yuma Electric Service, as they spent the entire day working and teaching at Fourth Avenue Junior High with Dr. Collison as they completely wired the cargo container provided by Clint Harrington and Pilkington Construction. This cargo container is going to be used as the job site trailer during the Price Elementary School being built. They're going to use this as the construction office trailer. And it was on our honor to be a part of that. And we actually got to work with the kids. We got to teach the kids again. We inspired trades. I'm going to tell you right now, there was girls and there was boys. Those girls are very meticulous. The girls were very hands-on. They were not afraid to put their hands on the tools, and they outdid the boys. So the girls that participated in that, I want to say thank you to all of you, and we look forward to doing the next one. And that's all I have.
On April 30th, I attended the 10th Annual Child Nutrition Award held at Desert Mesa, where Jeff Stoner and I enjoyed a fabulous lunch to honor these dedicated staff members who provide meals to our students. Also wanted to recognize Lucy Horta, 44 years of working in child nutrition department. Thank you so much. And Mandy Gachi, Jackie Luna, great people. And of course, I'd like to thank Ms. Thrower, Director of Child Nutrition, for all you did to make this possible. Thank you so much. Also on May 11th, I visited yesterday, I visited Price Elementary School at YPG. I visited with Miss Brenda Finley's class, and she's a 4th and 5th grade teacher. Her class was working on English language arts assignment using a dictionary, old school, okay, to look up words. Talk about old school. It was good to see that. After lunch, Miss Finley's class did a PowerPoint presentation. These 4th and 5th graders, they set up their own PowerPoint. Can't do that. They did it for their presentation, and they got up there and they talked about their future careers, what they want to do. Everything from a hairdresser to an engineer to a Facebook, what do you call those work influencers type of thing. And they went and presented their Facebook, their PowerPoint on their own, and they all prepared it with their own words. And it was really nice to see that. They were really great public speakers. And the whole thing about her PowerPoint is how math is involved in all careers. All careers is math, because their motto was there's no guessing in math. So they did an excellent job. I would also like to thank Ms. Johnson, who is the principal there at Price. Great people. I also met with Dawn Marie, and she's a secretary, and really, really nice person. Thank you so much. It was nice seeing you there. And with Luis Encina, who's a custodian and groundskeeper, and the teacher Julieta Corral, and paraprofessional Maggie Magallanos. She's also a really good a paraprofessional there at Price. I thank Ms. Brenda Finley for that. Finally, I forgot to mention last month I forgot to mention something very important. I wanted to thank Mr. Gettings, Ms. Johnson, and Ms. Gerber when they had to relocate approximately 946 students during the time that we were having issues with the air conditioning. This was not an easy task, and I wanted to mention that because I don't want to forget the hard work that this school did to have this task. That was a very, very difficult task, but they did it. So I'd like to recognize them and thank them for all the work they do. Thank you so much. That's my report.
All right, item 2.2, Superintendent's Report. First order of business here is high five employee recognition. Mr. Munoz.
Mr. President, governing board members, we're excited to highlight our final group this school year of High Five employees, and they're an amazing group, so I have them stand to be recognized. So we have a special video presentation that highlights all the amazing things you guys do in our district every single day. Told you it was an amazing group. So closing out the school year, we want to bring them up individually right now to recognize them. We want to thank Chili Pepper. They have continued to donate $25 gift card to each and every one of you. Thank you, Chili Pepper. Your certificates that you can put up, and then the new purple high five t-shirt you can wear on Fridays as well. And then there's a thank you card from the governing board and district office as well. So from Learning Services, Jody Barksdale. From McGraw, Annabella Januszewski.
Great job.
From ESS, Ryan Riley. From Pecan Grove, Raquel Ortiz. And from Carver, Martina Pelayo.
Thank you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
One more round of applause for all of our amazing employees. So we'll wrap up the year with High Five employees, and we'll be back in September. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, item 2.22, donation recognition, Mr. Ponder.
All right, Mr. President, members of the board, we had a good month. Yeah, I won't read all 8 pages of this to you, but we did have a good month in donations. So much of it was attributed to staff and teacher appreciation, which we probably saw as you went through there. But I do like to highlight some of the major donors, just to kind of read those aloud. So major would be anything over 1,000. So Palmcroft Elementary received a donation from their PTO for $1,112. Castle Dome from Jacqueline Hill for Sea Camp for $1,500. Our middle schools received a donation from On Vita Health in the amount of $2,169 for different items that they donated. Our migrant program received donations from Panda Express for $7,700 for meals for attendance and good behavior, those kinds of things. Migrant also received a donation from Slim Chickens for $3,350, so $3,350. So that's a similar thing: attendance, grades, good behavior. And then Roosevelt from Scholastic Books for $1,197.41. And then Gila Vista received a donation from Pilkington Construction to be used. It was for the donation for their carnival for $1,000. And so the total for the month was $29,310.56, which brings us year to date to $130,226.28.
Okay, item 2.2.3, art recognition, Mr. Ponder.
This month's display features artwork created by students from Fourth Avenue Junior High School. Students in Miss Carey's 7th and 8th grade art class designed and created floral wall plaques using recycled materials. Egg cartons served as the primary medium, while additional recycled items were incorporated to enhance creativity and design. Through this project, students explored both two-dimensional and three-dimensional artistic concepts as they constructed floral arrangements displayed in decorative vases. The lesson emphasized creativity, sustainability, and the application of mixed media techniques. Students also researched influential artists to gain a deeper understanding of their artistic backgrounds, creative processes, and chosen mediums. After completing their research, students created original pieces inspired by the artist's style and techniques. This project encouraged students to analyze artistic expression while developing their own interpretation of a well-known work of art.
Awesome. Thank you. So I know it's here for the budget report coming up. But we do take this time to offer those of you here for the high five. If you don't want to be here for the rest of the meeting, if you want it, you can leave if you want.
Ryan.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
He gives a high five.
He doesn't
There's
mess
no
around, huh?
mistaking.
That's excessive high fiving. I don't know if we can allow.
Better be prepared for it.
So actual.
Yeah, it's not you.
I was gonna say, if you ever want to just clear a room, say Jamie's gonna talk.
Nonsense. All right, now that we cleared the room. Informational items, item 3.1, enrollment report, Ms. Walden.
Governing Board President and Governing Board members. As we look at the enrollment report for the 160th day, we're still holding steady, doing better than places around the state.
Good.
And so, hey, we're still under that percentage that we budgeted, so we're doing good.
Awesome, thank you. Item 3.2, district financial trends, Ms. Walden.
Governing Board President, Governing Board members. The district is still in a great financial position at this time of the year. And the next budget balances that you'll see for the next board report, I'll have updated those beginning budget balances as long as the revised budget gets approved.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Item 3.3. Sorry. Classroom behavioral support update, Ms. Lagunas.
Thank you, Mr. President, Governing Board members. I'm excited to share our end of the year wrap up for the Student Behavior Response Specialist pilot that we had going this year. So we'll talk about, I'm going to circle back to elementary because I started with them, and I'll give you a couple of highlights of wrapping up the year, talk about some continuing challenges that we have, and then also I'm excited to share about the expansion of our program. So we did revisit our elementary teacher survey at the end of the year wrap up, and the survey indicates varying levels of growth across our student population. And we had significant improvements in some areas, and of course, I'll share some of the challenges that still persist. One of the areas that we saw some improvement was with self-regulation and the intensity of incidents. We did have students comparing from their start of our program in January to how the teachers answered their survey now in May. That indicates the intensity of incidents has decreased significantly as the semester progressed. So that's exciting. Another area was the response to redirection. So there was a noticeable trend of students responding more appropriately to adult redirection over time. There was, in the January surveys, a lot of frequent redirection needs. And later on, the entries show now that we have really students that are complying with those supports that they are receiving. So that's, again, very exciting. This one I think is really exciting. Teachers reported an increase in students' readiness to learn from the beginning of the year through now May. So it went from scores like sometimes they were engaged to often or almost always ratings for May with the subset of our students that we were working with. So I think that is exactly what the program is intended to do, is to limit those distractions, and that allows not only the students that we're providing the support for, but also the rest of the class so that they can engage in learning. So these are really good positive impacts of the program. As you know, nothing is perfect, so we do have some areas that we need to continue to work on. One of the times that continues to pop up as an area that needs definite support is unstructured times. So that's like recess time, lunchtime, walking in the line to go different places. So anytime that there's not that structured routine and expectations, that's a point where students are continuing to struggle. We do see some struggles with peer interactions, especially in areas where it's competitive. So you can imagine when we're playing games where somebody can lose and somebody can win. That is an area that we need to continue to work on. And then impulsivity. So sometimes, we definitely are working with some of our students that just struggle. They have impulsive things that they're working on, controlling those impulsive actions. So we'll continue to work on that. So exciting news, the program is going to be expanding to all of our schools next year. Yay! So we're working on building a more permanent structure for what that will look like. We do have Anna-Laura Batres, who is currently the counselor at Woodard. She will be becoming one of our district behavior specialists. And then Ryan Riley, who's just a High Five employee. He is also becoming a district behavior specialist, and they taking helping for us to build like a more permanent structure, because this was a pilot, so we need to put some structures in place to help grow this program across all of our district schools. So really exciting to have that expand. So next year, just thinking about thank you for supporting the pilot. And would you like to have updates maybe quarterly or once in the fall, once in the spring?
I would like quarterly.
Quarterly?
Yes.
Okay.
I always love good information.
Okay, then the team will provide quarterly reports next year. So thank you so much for your support of the program. We're really excited about the success. So Mr. Ponder and Mr. Kosa started the building of it and then passed it on to me, and I think it's been a huge success. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, item 3.4 compensation timeline, Mr. Ponder.
Mr. President, members of the board, so per board request at the last meeting, we were asked to maybe provide a timeline that would give a few more touch points for the compensation presentation before the board would have to make a vote on it in the necessary meetings. So what you have in front of you is kind of what we feel like is maybe the earliest we could start on that conversation and still have good, accurate data, more reliable data. And so what we're looking at is our compensation committee would work in January to establish recommendations based on our budget expectations. The reason why January is kind of the earliest is that's when we get 100th day information, which really tells us what our budget looks like for this year and kind of what we might expect to build on for the following year. And so that's why they need some time in January to have those conversations. So we felt like maybe the first study session could be the week of February 8th to present you with the best picture we have at that time, right? We still won't have full information about the insurance program, but we should have some pretty accurate information about what we're thinking in terms of recommendations. Then that would give the board a couple weeks to process that, think through it, ask any questions if you need. Then we could do another study session the week of February 22nd. So that's 2 weeks later to reconvene and discuss any thoughts or ideas that you have and additional feedback you might want to provide. And that gives us still about a week and a half to take those recommendations and put them into a presentation in a form that's ready for the board meeting by the 9th. So wanted to kind of propose that option and get some feedback from you guys on thoughts on that as a process going forward.
So I was the guy that brought that up last month, that I just felt like we were being painted in a corner, so to say, if you want to talk figuratively like that.
Sure.
That, we were presented, we digest it, and then we vote on it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was heard. I feel like you took what I said seriously, and I do like this, that, basically we have a month to be able to, digest your information that you're giving to us, take it home, figure it out, maybe come back with comments, maybe not, but at least we have that opportunity now that we can do that. And I appreciate that.
Yep. Thank you.
Anybody else?
No questions.
No? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 3.5, first reading of policy advisories 961 through 1046. Mr. Ponder.
All right. The Governing Board of Yuma Elementary School District utilizes the services of Arizona School Boards Association to maintain its governing policies and advise the district upon recommended changes. Policy advisories are sent to member school districts and governing board members multiple times throughout the year, usually to respond to changes in the law. This agenda item serves as a first read for the proposed policy changes. ASBA's policy advisories 961 through 1046 are available on the district's website to facilitate community or employee input. Though no action is required on this agenda item, the superintendent is prepared to address questions, comments, or concerns from governing board members. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
So in my review, I didn't see anything outside of moving paragraphs, updates. Did you see anything that brought concern to you?
Nothing yet. No, I think it's an attempt to streamline their current policy that might align better with their competition. And so I think it's just a way to make it a little cleaner and easier to navigate. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody questions on that?
No.
No.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to item 4, call to the public. The governing board welcomes statements from residents and appreciates constructive suggestions and comments that help meet the education needs of the district. The completed form should be submitted by 5:45 the day of the meeting, which is traditionally the second Tuesday of each month. I currently have one. Any more? All right. So at this time, Ms. Rodriguez?
I do apologize. Is this on? Yes, it is. It's my first time speaking. So good evening, members of the board, district administrators, teachers, and community members. My name is Vanessa Rodriguez, and I am here tonight as a parent advocating for parents that could not attend tonight's meeting, but most importantly, for our children in the ESS program who are being forced to leave the schools and classrooms where they feel safe, supported, and understood. For many children, changing schools is difficult. For children with autism, it can be overwhelming, emotionally damaging, and disruptive to their ability to learn and function successfully. Autistic children often rely heavily on routines, familiarity, trusted relationships, and safe environments. Their current schools are not simply buildings they attend. This is a place where they have built trust with teachers, aides, therapists, classmates, and supporting staff. They know the hallways, the schedules, the expectations, and the people who help them feel regulated and secured. When these students are suddenly moved from their current school to their home school, we are not only changing a location, we are changing every part of the environment where they depend to be successful. As parents, we understand that district must make decisions based on budget, staffing, but decisions involving special education students should never be overlooked. The human impact on the children most affected. These students are not numbers on a spreadsheet. They are children who may struggle with transitions, anxiety, sensory overload, communication challenges, and emotional regulations. Many of them have spent years making progress specifically because they finally found a program and environment where they feel safe and supported. Removing that stability risks undergoing years of growth. I personally know that too well. During the 24-25 school year, my daughter was moved classrooms from one day to another, with a simple note on a Friday evening stating my daughter will be starting in a new classroom that following Monday, with no clear explanation as of why, until questions were made. That change brought my daughter new behavioral issues that she never had. What once was a sweet little girl that everybody loved became an aggressive because she didn't know how to express her feelings. During this time too, my daughter did experience a seizure. It took an entire minute for the nurse to be called because that teacher was at a complete shock because it was her first time witnessing a seizure. That whole minute could have landed somewhere else, but thankfully my daughter's fine. The reason why I bring this up is because many of these teachers that are not certified are being pulled from these classrooms for certified teachers. When teachers should be really knowledgeable about what comes with an autistic kid. It's not just these kids have autism. Most of these have other medical issues. On May 1st, we also received a written prior notice, some of them with false documentation. For example, blank parent was very excited for changes and agrees to changes for upcoming school year. I say false because this specific parent has other children attending the same school, but yet her ESS child is the only one forced to leave the school for his homeschool. Having two children in two different schools sounds nowhere near exciting. We as parents are asking the district to reconsider the changes or at the very least, slow the process down, generally collaborate with families before making decisions that will deeply affect children, emotional well-being, and educational success. Parents should not be ignored when advocating for their children medically, emotionally, and educational needed. We are asking for transparency. We are asking for compassion. We are asking for student-centered decision-making. Most importantly, we are asking you to remember that special education is not a one-size-fits-all. Equality does not mean placing every child in the same setting. True support means meeting the children where they are and providing the environment they need to succeed. Do not force these students to sacrifice their stability, progress, and sense of safety for sake of convenience. Our children deserve thoughtful decision, careful transition, and a voice in the process through the parents who know them the best. After hearing this, I personally went to the district office. I walked out with clear explanation as of why this is being done. I did ask, why weren't parents notified prior to just one day out of the blues, this is what's going to be changed? A survey was sent out. If you guys take a look at that survey, it was more of a what if, not this is going to happen. So as a parent and an advocate for other parents that feared coming up here, I ask for you guys to reconsider or at least get more parent input, because we are the ones that see our children suffer every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ponder?
Yeah.
Do you have the list of parents that have contacted the district and are concerned about this situation?
I don't personally, but I can see.
I'm curious to see. I know I've seen some stuff on social media.
Mhm.
I know we've talked about it a little bit. I'm just curious to see what that impact of the feedback that you've received.
Sure, we can do that. Yep.
Maybe in the Friday report.
Yep, I can do that.
Okay. Is there anybody else that would like to speak? No? Okay, thank you. We will move on to item 5, consent agenda. Approval of these items are of a routine nature, and those that normally do not require deliberation on the part of the governing board. A board member may pull items which will be discussed and voted on separately. Are there any items to be pulled?
No.
All right, do we have a motion?
Mr. President, I move that we accept the consent agenda as written.
Second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. That was moved by Mr. Stoner, seconded by Mr. Ware. Item 6, action items. 6.1, consideration to approve 2025-2026 budget revision. Ms. Walden, welcome back.
Okay, so according to the USFR memorandum number 255, all districts that revise their fiscal year 2026 adopted budget, including revisions of the GBL, UCBL, SCAL, CSFBL, M&O, UCO, SCA, and CSF fund budgets, as allowed by statute, including revisions due to adjustments to the revenue control limit, or RCL, for student growth as applicable, must have final revisions completed and approved at a governing board meeting before May 15th. May 15th final revision is the last chance to adjust budget limits for fiscal year 2026 average daily membership corrections, fiscal year 2026 student growth increases, mandated budget reductions or other ADE required adjustments. After the May 15th budget revision, amounts cannot be reallocated between M&O and the unrestricted capital outlay. This budget revision also allows for adjustments for added personnel or other budgetary changes that may have occurred during the year. It is recommended that the governing board approve the 2025-2026 revised expenditure budget.
So moved.
All right.
We need a second.
Second. I was waiting for you to bring it all out.
I'm writing it down. All right, is there any discussion on the budget?
No.
No discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Moved by Ms. Rico, seconded by Mr. Stoner. Item 6.2, consideration to approve assistant principal, Mr. Ponder.
Mr. President, members of the board, the process for the selection of Castle Dome Assistant Principal started with an announcement that the district was seeking an outstanding leader for the vacant position. First, the applicants had to complete the following items: submit an electronic application, submit a cover letter and resume, submit an introductory video, provide 3 letters of recommendation, and provide 3 reference surveys. Top applicants were asked to participate in the interview process. Phase 1 of the interview process included the applicants giving a 30-minute presentation to different groups. The groups included staff from Castle Dome Middle School in addition to leaders from across our district. Phase 2 of the process included the final interview committee asking a set of formal questions and reviewing a writing prompt. The final interview committee included the individuals listed below. After careful deliberation and discussion of each candidate's qualities and fit for the position, the interview committee has recommended Brian Kondracki. Mr. Kondracki has 10 years of experience in education. He has served as a middle school teacher, instructional coach, and department lead. In addition, he has earned a master's degree in educational leadership. Therefore, it is the administrative recommendation that Brian Kondracki be approved by the governing board as assistant principal of Castle Dome Middle School effective the 26-27 school year.
All right. We have a motion?
Yes. We approve, Mr. Brian. I'm sorry.
Moved
to be this position, assistant principal at Castle Dome.
All right.
I'll second.
All right. Is there any discussion? Nope.
I want to say, Brian, I stalked you just a little bit. So, when I found out, that you were the candidate, I did a little bit of background on you, and the same way that we chose Mr. Ponder, there was questions of why we were going outside of the box. If we don't go outside of the box, we're not going to get the best of the best. And in my opinion, you're the best of the best. And so to me, that's why I definitely, you have my vote yes on this. We have a lot of qualified people in our district. We have a lot of people that do earn their positions. But I'll say it again, to get the best of the best, we have to go outside of the box. And so it's my pleasure to see you here.
Also, Mr. Kondracki, right? Did I get it right? Okay, Brian. You'll be going to one of our flagships of our district, excellent school, with Mr. Gettys and all the staff there. I know this because I was honored to work there. So I think you're going to be a definite asset to that school. Thank you.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Speech.
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 Yeah. I gotta raise it a little bit. All right. Well, I just gotta tell you, I'm so blessed after sitting through the meeting so far. I'm so impressed with everything I've experienced. I mean, the culture that you have established. What a blessing that I get to be a part of this now. I look forward to coming forth and entering into Castle Dome as one of their leaders and contributing as much as I can to continue to propel it to success. So thank you so much for your consideration. I'm super blessed to be here. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get started. So again,
Awesome.
thank you. Thank you. Yes.
All right, we're gonna move on to item 6.3. Before we do that, I just kind of want to explain what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go into an executive session. We're gonna deliberate, then we're gonna come out, we're gonna vote. So if we go into executive session, we get the vote to go into it, you're more than welcome to leave. The only thing left is come back, vote, adjourn, and the meeting will be over. I don't know how long we'll be in there. You're welcome to hang out and wait for us to come back, but I won't be offended if the room's empty. All right, so I move that we move to executive session. We have a second?
Second.
So if you want, all right, so moved by Mr. Ware, second by Mr. Stoner. Any comments on this?
No.
Nope. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, we passed that. We are going to go into executive session.
I think we were supposed to sign this too. I'm sitting on mine. Did you get one too? No, probably not.
I think
it's the budget.
everybody got one.
Okay,
I think
okay,
it's
so
just
maybe it's
ours.
just a copy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have everybody back? All right.
To come back.
All right, we are back to the public meeting. I'm almost back to order here. I think that's the right way. All right, I move that the governing board find that student 6002728 is guilty of the charges made against him by the administration, that the student received the appropriate due process, and that the appropriate consequences of the conduct is expulsion from the Yuma Elementary School District.
I'll second.
All right. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 7, future agenda items. Do we have any future agenda items?
No.
No.
All right,
No, sir.
then I will adjourn the meeting.